right, so when's the Senate going to vote on these massive sanctions on Russia? 500% tariffs, according to Lindsey Graham. And also, all of a sudden, Hakeem Jeffries loves Elon Musk. Ha, ha, ha. Joining us now, Montana Senator Tim Sheehy. Senator Sheehy, welcome, sir, as always. We're going to play some tape on Hakeem Jeffries in a moment. We just got this hot off the press, literally. But let me ask you about the Russian story. You had this successful spiderweb operation, Ukrainian drones bombing Russian strategic missile and so forth. What about tariffs? What about the Lindsey Graham idea, 500% tariffs on anybody that buys oil or whatever from Russia cannot do business with the United States? Senator Sheehy, is there going to be a vote on that?
I don't think there's going to be a vote anytime soon on that, but I think the principles hold together. The bottom line is we got to stop the killing. We got to end this war. There's been no question about that since the beginning. The president's been clear through the campaign he wants to bring an end to this conflict. And we have to exert pressure on Russia from every direction to stop the killing. So Ukraine's fighting hard. They're going to continue to fight hard. As we saw last week, their attack was tremendous, deep inside Russian territory. So we have to use all the tools at our disposal to bring an end to this conflict. And I think these tariffs could definitely be part of that toolbox.
Why do you think, Senator, you're saying it won't impose the tariffs anytime soon? What's the thinking behind that?
Well, I mean, soon meaning in the next several days. As you know, we're working on the reconciliation bill. We're still pushing nominees through. I think that could come to a vote in the foreseeable future, but it's not going to be, you know, a matter of days before that happens. But I think the principle is broadly supported across the conference, and I think it'll actually get bipartisan support. And hopefully we see it on the floor sometime in the next month.
The other thing, we're still waiting to get that Hakeem Jeffries tape up, but I wanted to ask you about Iran. There was some confusion about what President Trump's position was with respect to permitting any uranium enrichment in Iran, an Iranian deal, okay? It was reported incorrectly by Axios and a few other media outlets that he would permit some enrichment. I think we have it here. His post, Truth Social post, the auto pen should have stopped Iran a long time ago from enriching under our potential agreement. We will not allow any enrichment of uranium. All right, a powerful, direct post. Senator Sheehy, he's right, isn't he, don't you think?
No question. The foreign policy of Iran is death to America, death to Israel. This country literally has been wishing death to every American in our way of life for the past 45 years. Me and many of my colleagues from my former job used to fight Iran on a daily basis. They've been murdering Americans systematically all over the world. They are our most persistent global adversary, from the Houthis in Yemen to Hezbollah and Hamas and many other groups around the world. We cannot allow them to enrich any sort of nuclear material because they will use it to try to destroy Israel and kill Americans. So the president's absolutely right. That's a red line. No enrichment. Full stop.
Yeah, I mean, and if that stops a deal, that stops a deal. I mean, something else will happen. We may not want it to happen, but additional aggression against Iran may be necessary. What's a paper deal? They won't live up to anything anyway, will they, Senator? I mean, isn't the history of Iran? I hate to say it, but they lie, cheat, and steal.
Yeah, I mean, the regime in Iran that we're seeing there, it's been there for the last 45 years, is a murderous, treacherous regime. They likely won't follow any deal, but if we have a deal to enforce, that's the beginning of it. If we don't have a deal, or we do a deal like the Obama-Biden administrations did, where we essentially allow them to do whatever they want with no penalties, then we're definitely not going to have the outcomes we want. So we start with a paper deal, and at least now we have something to enforce and something to back up the actions that we might have to take.
I mean, a lot of the Iranian people are good. They want elections. You know, we've seen these demonstrations for years. Obama didn't do it. He didn't lift a finger to help the people protesting the lack of democracy in Iran. It's the government, it's the mullahs, but it's kind of a military police state at the top anyway. I think you would agree. I don't have the tape in just yet, so I'm going to just ask you this. I'm sorry, I don't think I have the tape just yet. But let me just ask you. Oh, wait, we do have the tape. I beg your pardon. Here it comes. Hakeem Jeffries on Elon Musk. You're going to love this, Senator. Hang on a second.
Breaking news, Elon Musk and I agree with each other. The GOP tax scam is a disgusting abomination. Elon Musk and I agree with each other.
You have to love this, Senator. I know this is your first term, and I know you're a man of great distinction and your service to our country. Here's the, they've been, Hakeem Jeffries and other leading Democrats have been calling Elon Musk every name in the book for the last 6 months, including Nazi, throwing that around. And here they are in love with him because Elon doesn't think that one big beautiful bill is good enough. What do you make of that?
Well, I mean, that's how to become loved by the Beltway media as a Republican, is turn on your party. But, they love to do that. At the end of the day, Elon's one of the greatest businessmen in the world. I respect him greatly, and I think we owe him a great debt for his service, with Doge and what he did there. But the reality is, the legislative process isn't running a company. When you own and run your own company, you can make the decisions that are exactly right and make those decisions, within the confines of the authority you have, which is total. When we have to push through a legislative process, I'd love to see plenty of changes to the big, beautiful bill. There's no question about it. I'd like to see more fiscal responsibility. I'd love to see the Doge cuts to be permanent. But the reality is we've got to get done what we can get done. And what this really focuses on, the core of this bill, is going to secure the border, which has been a campaign issue for almost a decade now for President Trump and the rest of us. It's critical we do this for the security of our nation. It's going to help unleash energy. It's going to help upgrade our failing ATC system. And most importantly, it's going to prevent the largest tax increase in American history. $4 trillion tax increase. We can't have that.
You betcha. Terrific stuff, Senator Sheehy. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it.